Hey, so this section, lesson 11 here, equations of proportional relationships. This one, you're gonna kind of look at it and be like, oh no, why do we have a new term for the same thing again? So they introduced this term, direct variation. And so this means the same thing as proportional relationship. Um, it refers more specifically to when we're dealing with the equation y equals kx. So don't forget that k is that constant of proportionality. Okay? And that number can be a whole number, it can be a fraction, it could be a decimal. And then we can also remember that that's just what we've been calling the unit rate as well. But let's see what this looks like. This is one of your practice problems. A hummingbird flaps its wings 5,000 times a minute when hovering in place. How many times will it flap its wing in 15 seconds? Okay, so what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to look for that unit rate. And I usually look for that word per, but they don't have it. Here's what they have. 5,000 times a minute. Okay, we could replace a with per, and then it would be that unit rate per minute thing. So per minute. All right, so that's our k. K equals 5,000. Now, if I have my equation is going to be y equals 5,000 x. Okay. And now the tricky part here is that I'm going to have to think about this 15 seconds and decide if it's y or if it's x. Okay, is this y or got it? Is this y or is it x? Okay, and I'm going to remember some things we talked about a while ago. I'm going to remember that unit rate or constant of proportionality is going to always be y over x. So when I had the 5,000, was that the number of flaps or the number of minutes? And I think it was the number of flaps because it said 5,000 times. So what I have here is flaps over minutes. Oh no, in 15 seconds, that's not a number of minutes. Oh no. Okay, but so my unit rate here is flaps per minute, and x is going to be the number of minutes. So what I'm going to do here is say 15 seconds equals how many minutes? Okay, and I know that 1 minute is going to be 60 seconds. Okay, so there are a couple ways I can think about this. So 15 seconds over question mark is going to equal 60 seconds per 1 minute. And so here what I want to do is think about how many times I'm having to multiply or divide by here. And I think I'm dividing by 4 because I know with 15s, every two 15s make 30. So I would have 30, 60, and then that would be 4 15s. 1 times 4. Ooh, but times 4 doesn't make sense. I think I did the wrong thing there because 1 times 4 would be 4, and it wouldn't make sense to be 4 minutes. So I think I was supposed to divide here. 60 divided by 4 would be 15. That sounds better to me. So always be checking in with yourself and see if your work makes sense. 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. All right, so 15 seconds is 0.25 minutes, and that is going to be my x value. So what I can do now is substitute 0.25 where x is in the equation, and then I can either solve it or simplify it depending on whether I have x or y. Okay, because I have x, I'm going to simplify. I'm just going to multiply 5,000 times 0.25. If I had y, I'd have to solve the equation. All right, 5,000 times 0.25 gets me 1,250. Okay, and y is the number of flaps. Not flabs, flaps. So the hummingbird will flap its wings 1,250 times. Does that make sense? Yeah, because, it's less than a minute and our number is less than 5,000. So I think it's okay. All right, guys. Good luck with these problems. Always contact me if you want some help.